We're going to talk lunches, the kind you look forward to eating, but one that doesn't leave you regretting your life's choices. And if you're me, you often end up relying on a salad piled with what you think is healthy, but it might include some secret high-calorie toppings, or maybe you grab a super fast deli sandwich like another staff member. Sound familiar? We thought it time for a lunch makeover, and so we asked certified nutritionist Ginger Hultin to analyze our staff lunches and help us, of course, make better choices. Thank you for being here. I love it when you're here. You're gonna really help me because I tend to get the exact same thing every single day on repeat. We'll get to that. 3 of us have brought in our typical lunches. We shared with you in advance so you know what to do. We're gonna start with Susie's order at Jimmy John's. It's the Vito, an 8-inch Italian sandwich, salami's on it, provolone, onion, lettuce, tomato, oil and vinegar, oregano and basil. What do you think? What are the issues? I could see your face. I'm like, what are the issues with the Sammy?
First of all, I think a sandwich is such a great lunch because it's portable. You could have half now, half later.
True.
It's got protein, some fiber with the veggies. It has a lot of nutrients. So there's a lot of benefit here. I think I love a good sandwich. This particular sandwich, the Vito, does have pretty high amounts of saturated fat, about as much as you need in a day.
Oh.
And it's also really high in sodium, again, about as much as you need in a day.
Uh-oh.
So those are some of the things that I would focus on. But again, it depends on what you're having for breakfast and for dinner. Are those also high in saturated fat and sodium, or do they balance it out? And then this might be more critical to think about if you have high cholesterol or high blood pressure than if you didn't.
What swaps would you do then with it being high in sodium, saturated fats? Are we taking out maybe the salami? Am I making that up?
So it is a salami and it is the cheese.
Okay.
Not that you can't ever have that. What I might do is have less cheese. If you compare the nutrients in this one to like a turkey sandwich, the turkey sandwich has 2.5 grams of saturated fat, while this one has 11. So that's a huge difference.
Okay, so maybe turkey swap.
Turkey swap would be really simple. You could also boost the fiber with more and different veggies, and you could also do a whole wheat bread. There's a lot of different things you can do, and maybe you have this once a week and a turkey twice a week or something.
Okay, so you're not the food police. You're not completely taking it away. I love it. Next up, this seems really, really healthy. This is Joseph's pick. Okay, this is a bento box. He actually got help from AI to make the healthiest lunch option that he could find. It has chicken breast, hard-boiled egg, cottage cheese, mixed nuts, raspberries, carrots, celery, ranch. Ginger, I cannot wait. This seems like a good lunch. Are there any issues here?
I love this lunch, and it's an amazing lunch for folks that are working. It's portable. It's also really amazing for kids or teens.
Yeah.
And then maybe you could have a little bit now and a little bit later for a snack, so it's really good for people on the go. What you have here is a lot of variety. You have a lot of protein, you have your calcium, you have lots of fiber. So this is a very well-balanced lunch, and the only thing I would think about here is there enough variety to keep you interested in the long term? So mix up those berries or like sliced apple or pear. Do some broccoli or some tomatoes or cucumbers. Maybe you do some tofu. Maybe you do different kinds of nuts and seeds. There's a lot of options you could do here to keep it really interesting.
Okay, gosh, so far, Joseph is the clear winner here. I don't know if I'm going to win, and I know it's not a competition, but next up is my lunch that I get 3 times a week. Cobb Your Enthusiasm. I love this salad so much. I do make a couple swaps here that I think make it healthier. I do a Greek yogurt dressing instead of their red wine vinaigrette. Also what's in here too, pickled red onions, romaine lettuce, avocado, gorgonzola cheese, hard-boiled egg, bacon, and again, that red wine vinegar dressing. But I add cashews, sunflower seeds, tofu, and quinoa because I thought that would be good. Avocados in there, chickpeas, and red pepper. What do you think?
I think my dietitian opinion is that you've done an incredible job.
Stop.
You've done an incredible job.
I'm shook. I thought you were, oh, what? I was not expecting that. With my swaps, I did good.
With the swaps, so a classic Cobb is, like we talked about before, really high in saturated fat and really high in sodium. And by not doing the bacon and not doing as much cheese or any cheese, you completely bring the saturated fat down while increasing the healthy fats and the fiber with all the chickpeas and the quinoa and the nuts and seeds. Like, fantastic work.
Oh my gosh, I was not expecting this. Thank you so much. I feel like I could just, no, we're gonna get more help, but thank you. Wow, okay, and it's delicious, so I'm really excited. I'm a creature of habit, but you're gonna show me now how we can actually do this salad almost at home, and I could be saving money, so walk me through this.
You know, getting a salad out is fantastic. It's so convenient, but a lot of people right now are focused on, you know, meal prepping and bringing their own. You can make a salad like this with any at-home ingredients or a dressing in like a minute, and we're gonna do that right now. And then you have it all week. It just costs a couple dollars.
Okay, this would save me a lot, but will it save me time? So here we go.
And does it taste good?
True, that is also very important.
So the Greek yogurt's the base, and that's a swap that you made that's really excellent because you can get a low-fat or non-fat Greek yogurt, and it's creamy and tangy without a lot of saturated fat. And so that's our base.
I always use that too for sour cream as a swap. It's so good. I can't taste the difference, really.
It's so easy. And then we need to brighten it up. And so garlic, do you like garlic?
I love garlic.
We're gonna put a little garlic in here. I did 2 cloves. You could do as many as you want. You could do 10 cloves.
Do you like the jar garlic too to make it easier, or are you all about the fresh?
This is fresh, and it does have that vibrant taste, but jarred or squeezed is perfect.
It's okay, okay, great.
We need lemon. I love lemon. Do you want to squeeze some lemon in for me?
Okay.
This is my favorite kitchen tool, just FYI.
Does it go this way?
Yep,
Yeah.
amazing.
I need one of these.
I use it every day.
Ooh, look at that fresh lemon juice, yum.
Nice work. And
Just one?
You know, let's see what the consistency is like.
Tell me.
It's gonna be pretty zesty and vibrant. This alone is gonna be a little bit mild flavored, and so if we really wanna get that restaurant quality, we're gonna need some fresh herbs, and those are also really anti-inflammatory. So if you're doing an anti-inflammatory diet for your health, it's so easy. Maybe you can help me with
What are the herbs here that you like to put in?
You could do mint or basil would be really good. You could do thyme or tarragon. This is fresh dill. I just pick it up from the store. It's so delicious, and it really brightens it up. And again, you can adjust this to your taste, do less or more. I'll just do a couple sprigs like that.
Okay.
We'll mix it in. And I think this needs a little bit of water to make it more like a dressing and not just a
yogurt
a dip.
base, yeah.
Exactly. So you can pour just a little bit in. Yep.
That's something like that.
Yep. And we'll just get the consistency we want.
Wow.
And then you're good to go. We might need a little salt and pepper. Do you want to spritz me?
And I understand too, when building a lunch, it's all about prioritizing protein, right?
I really like to prioritize protein and also fiber. That's pretty perfect. Nice work.
Thank you. I can't wait to try. Okay, why fiber? Everyone's always talking about protein, 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 but I don't hear as much about fiber.
So protein was having a moment last year, and now in 2026, we're all about fiber. Is it? What do you think?
Oh, that's very zesty and bright. I love that. I would totally put that on a salad.
It might need a little bit more salt, but yeah, you adjust it to what you want.
Yeah. Okay, and then you had some swaps here, like we're talking walnuts. Why walnuts instead of my nuts, and what else do we have?
Sure, so these are just some options that are delicious. So the cashews and the sesame seeds are wonderful. Walnuts are really unique. They have anti-inflammatory omega-3 fatty acids. That's like the anti-inflammatory type of heart-healthy fat, so these are always a great option. You could do different types of beans. Here's a marinated tofu I get at Trader Joe's.
So good.
You just cut it up.
Yep.
So simple. Hard-boiled egg, I know that Joseph has, that's perfect. I do think that one thing people do wrong with salad that you do right is not have enough carbohydrate. So fiber is in carbohydrates. So by doing the quinoa or like a brown rice, you're more likely to be more full and satiated later in the day.
Oh my gosh, I love having you here. Thank you so much. I did not think I would get such a nice score from you. Are we saying A-?
I was gonna say A+.
Ginger, thank you so much.